Daredevil Born Again came out last Tuesday, and it failed to chart on Luminate's weekly top 10 streaming originals. In fact, the show might even have performed worse than The Acolyte if we look at some other data points. Roll this up over at fandompulse.com. You can find the link in the description below. Luminate posted their data for the week of February 28th through March 6th, and Daredevil Born Again is nowhere to be found on the chart, with Paramount Plus's Landman in 10th place with just 352.2 million views. You can see that right here. Here is the top 10 chart for the week of February 28th to March 6th. Again, Daredevil Born Again was released March 4 on that Tuesday, and you can see Landman is in 10th position right here, 352.2. Daredevil not on the list, so that means Daredevil Born Again came in lower than 352.2 million. So if we want to compare that to The Acolyte, which also released on a Tuesday, same day of the week, it garnered 210 million minutes watched in its first week, according to Luminate. It would then move up to 380.5 million minutes in its second week. So I expect Daredevil Born Again to move up, maybe be at the bottom of the top 10 charts for Luminate next week, as we are going to see probably some crossover as people watch the first two episodes over this past weekend. Because again, remember, it's only counting March 6th. This weekend obviously was 7, 8, 9. So it doesn't include Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we probably will see a little bit of boost there. But if you do look at it compared to The Acolyte, it might be even worse than The Acolyte. We don't know, because obviously it only shows the top 10, 352.2 million. We do know The Acolyte did 210, and then in its second week it did 380.5 million. So that will be a really key number to look at. However, we do know that Marvel and the Walt Disney Company did not release any data for Daredevil Born Again. Matt McGloin over at Cosmic Book News pointed this out, saying no announcement by Disney about the Daredevil Born Again ratings. Where could they be? Remember, they were releasing data for The Acolyte. We had like 5-day or 4-day numbers for that. They've done that for Ahsoka, etc. Not seeing anything for Daredevil Born Again. We also can compare to the number of IMDb reviews. I actually have been doing this for a little bit now, and I think it kind of does correlate to the data numbers that we see from Luminate and Nielsen on whether or not it goes down or up. And so you can look at the total reviews over on IMDb. You can see after the third episode for The Acolyte was released, you saw that there was 11,000 reviews for the first episode of The Acolyte, a little bit shy of 10,000 for its second episode, and then 7.5 thousand for that third episode. Now, obviously, we're not doing specifically apples to apples, given the fact that the third episode of Daredevil hasn't come out yet, but it does come out tomorrow, so it's only about 24 hours around there, give or take. But you can see first episode doesn't even have 8,000 reviews. Doesn't have 8,000 reviews. I find it hard to believe that it's going to get 3,000 reviews within the next couple of days, given the fact that it hasn't even gotten 8,000 in just a little less than a week. And then the second episode has even less, which means people likely stopped watching. They didn't watch this. They didn't watch the second episode, even though they were released back to back. You can see only 6,400 reviews for that second episode of Daredevil Born Again. Again, a lot less than even The Acolyte's second episode. We can also look here at Google Trends. You can see The Acolyte in blue, Daredevil Born Again in red. The Acolyte peaked in its opening week. That is the top marker that you can get to on Google Trends. Its first week, it had the most interest. And then you can look here, Daredevil Born Again, its first week, it only got to 60. That is the a 60 right there. So 60% basically of what The Acolyte did when we're looking at Google Trends. So another kind of indicator there that the show might be performing worse than The Acolyte. So this is all really, really, really bad for the Walt Disney Company, for Marvel Studios, because if you recall, The Acolyte was literally shut down. No second season was greenlit because the viewership was really, really bad. And Daredevil Born Again starting off potentially worse than The Acolyte here. looking at Google Trends, looking at IMDb reviews, and kind of potentially looking here at these this Luminate data. I think we'll get a really clear picture on that for its second week when that data drops. But right now, it is not looking good for Daredevil Born Again, looking like it might be worse than the Acolyte, a show that was scrapped. Second season was scrapped due to low viewership. Obviously, I think they've already greenlit a second season for this show, so we will see what happens moving forward. But really, really not looking good. And even if you take into account, it gets even worse if you take into account the total number of Disney Plus subscribers in North America has actually gone up. So that means that despite the subscribers going up, those subscribers are not actually watching this programming, which means that they aren't really bringing in, or it's unlikely that they're bringing in subscribers based on this. So they are spending a lot of money and not actually getting any return for it. So really, really bad here with Daredevil Born Again. But let me know what you guys make of all this. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, and to always, always speak the truth.